Good morning, Happy New Year, and here are your social studies assignments in this very first week of school for 2021. This is an at-home learning week, which means there are no Zoom meetings. So, also, there's no school today, Monday, January 4th. You may ask yourself, hey, Mr. Steve, why are you still working? Well, because I want to make sure that you have all the tools that you need to be successful. So, with that, no school, Monday, January 4th. Some overachievers, you might be doing some work to get ahead of the game. Great. There's a storm coming in, maybe some powder day on like Wednesday or something. So you might want to go skiing that day. Who knows? So next, the Geography of Ancient Israel, parts 1 and 2. They're both due Friday. When you go to Google Classroom this semester in both English and social studies, it's going to look a little bit different. So if I pop over here and I go to my classwork tab, I will see my at-home week of 1/4/2021. So no school Monday. You'll notice how on each of these I have a day or days, like this one is Wednesday through Friday, Thursday and Friday. This does not mean that you have to do this on the particular day. It just is giving you some help when filling out your logs, so you can just say, oh, I wonder what I was supposed to do this week. Well, on Tuesday, I was supposed to do Geography of Ancient Israel, part 1. So that's going to look a little bit different. These days are suggestions. It just makes it easier to fill out logs. So Geography of Ancient Israel, parts 1 and 2. So here's part 1. There is a video on it's a PowerPoint and how to complete the drag and drop labeling of the map of ancient Israel. So you will watch that. You have some other interesting information other than just me saying this label goes here like a robot. Then you'll follow the link to the matching game so you can practice labeling the geographic features correctly. Great. So that is part 1. You should definitely do part 1 before trying to do part 2. Wednesday, I have Geography of Ancient Israel, part 2. 2 of you have already turned it in. How interesting, since there were no directions. So anyways, for this part, you'll need to drag and drop the labels to find their correct sides. So if I click on that, a special note, you need to be in the edit mode. If you are in the present mode, you will not be able to do this correctly. So you will have to drag and drop the item where it belongs. So when you have that done, then there is a second slide where there are use your notes, which we haven't taken any, so we can't use our notes, but we can use your textbook or the internet to answer the following questions. So there are 4 questions. If you notice in the instructions, you can use the textbook or the internet, but do not copy and paste from the internet or textbook. Use your own words. That's one thing that we're going to make sure that we remember to do in 6th grade is to use our own words and using complete sentences when responding. So that's Ancient Geography, part 1 and part 2. Textbook and online. So if you prefer the online textbook, if you don't know how to get to the online textbook, you can send me an email or reply in a private comment, and I will find those instructions for you. So here in the classwork tab, notice this one says Wednesday through Friday. So I don't expect this all to happen in a single day, but reread sections 5.1.1 through 5.1.3, either online or in the textbook. Then using your textbook to help you, we have the attached Google Doc. So on this, it is a little bit different. We are in the 2nd semester, which means we are gone from learning how to do 6th grade to me starting to prepare you for 7th grade. And that means things are going to have an increased level of rigor or challenge. So notice there are more than one question for each of these sections. So here's 2 questions on section, 3 questions on section 1.1, 2 questions on section 1.2, and 2 questions on section 1.3. Notice there are 7 questions in all. Make sure that you answer all 7 using complete sentences. And I give you a nice example of what a complete sentence would look like. It has part of the question in it. Why do you think the Torah is treated with great respect? The Torah is respected because. So, nice complete sentences as a reminder, since it's been a couple weeks since we've been in class together. Then Thursday, Friday, we have a couple of ed puzzles. I just updated the roster, so hopefully you will all be there. But Judaism 101 and we have, and then Judaism overview. And those are both due by the end of the week. So let's see how I've done on here. So textbook online reading, we have answered the questions on the Google Doc. We have the Edpuzzle Judaism 101 and the Edpuzzle Judaism overview. So those, even though it says on Edpuzzle just Judaism, there are 2 different assignments. So make sure that you do them both. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, preferably, or also by a private comment on Google Classroom. And again, no Zooms this week. Zooms will happen again next week. Have a great week of at-home learning, and we will talk to you soon.